Let's build a ramp and stairs. So we're going to be in our first floor view. So if you go over to here, make sure you're in first floor. You can see that I am right now because I'm making this video. And then we're going to go into architecture and click stair right there. That rhymed. After we click stair, your base level, it's probably defaults to first floor. Make sure it's first floor, but we need this to be a negative 1.5 foot offset, negative 1.5 feet. Apply that. And we want it to go up to the first floor. Remember, when we did our topography, we went from a 1 foot corner to down at least 1.5 feet, a little bit further down there. So if we go down to negative 1.5 feet, it'll kind of be like embedded into the ground a little bit. And it makes for a little better design. So I'm going to start my stair here. If you see it makes a triangle, that shows that it's at the midpoint. So I'm going to click this and go over here. Now you can see that no matter where I drag it, a little text there says 3 risers created, 0 remaining. You need to make sure you go beyond the maximum number of risers that it shows. If I were to go just to here and click, it wouldn't actually make enough. It would only make 1 and it would be floating. So just go way out beyond it and then click. There we go. Love it. Now I'm going to click the green check and I'm going to click the center of this because it says it's going down towards the platform here. I want to flip it so that down is going to the right. So that little arrow there flips it. So if it's the wrong way, you just kind of click on the stairs, find that arrow. In 3D, look at that. That is the most gorgeous looking set of stairs that I've ever made in this video. Let's go back to first floor. We need to make a ramp now. So I'm going to click the ramp button right there. And we want this to be set to a base offset now of just -1 foot, not 1.5. I'm going to explain to you why in a second. Our top level also needs to be first floor. So we're going to have this go down 1 foot. So I'm going to click right in the midpoint here. Now in a 1 foot height differential, I'm going to need a 12-foot ramp because by ADA compliance, you have to go over 12 inches for every 1 inch you go up. So that means a 12-inch increase makes a 12-foot ramp. You cannot adjust that. It has to be that, otherwise our slope is too large. But I don't really want my ramp going all the way to the left like this because that would be sort of an awkward place to have someone enter the ramp here and then the stairs all the way on that side. So I'm only going to go about halfway. So if you look at the blue numbers that says 6 foot on the bottom, that's halfway. I'm going to click that once. So it created 6 inch of incline ramp, created 6 feet remaining. So I want the remaining part. I'm going to go way down here. I'm going to click. I'm going to drag all the way to the right. You can see if I stop here, I've only have 3 feet 6 inches. So make sure you go all the way over there. There we go. Now I have a ramp and it bends around the corner and it comes back down. But this is too far away from my porch. So I'm going to click the blue line and kind of move it up. Just keep it lined up. There we go. Okay. I like that. That looks beautiful. Hit the green check. You can see that the down arrow is going the wrong way. So I'm going to click that. So now we're going down, 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 down. Beautiful. Let's take a look at it in 3D. There we go on 3D. Now you can see there's a little bit of a lip here. Yeah, that's not going to be okay if you need to have ramp access. The reason I'm leaving it right there at this point is if you decide that you want to continue working on more advanced elements like a sidewalk or a driveway or whatever it is, then you would have your sidewalk start at a level that is -1 foot, and it would actually be perfectly in line with that. And it's going to make things line up really, really nice because we're not just going to have grass right here. But for what we're doing, that is all that you need to do. We do need to have a railing right here though. So our ramp is done, our stairs are done, but we have to have a railing here so we don't just sprint out the door and then fall flat on our face. So let's make a railing back into the first floor. And here we go, railing. It's the last one. We want a railing to start at the first floor level. We don't need to have an offset for our railing. We want it to line up directly here and go to there. But what an offset would do is if I drew a line here and I offset it a foot, it would create it way out here. So sometimes you might want to draw it to an offset of an edge. But since I have posts, we're just going to go from there and I'm going to go to there and I'm going to hit the green check. And oh my gosh, that is an outstanding looking railing. And there we go. We have stairs, ramp, and railing. That's all you need to do. So go ahead and work on that right now.